Hare Krishna. So I'll talk about a little bit about how to stop people because normally many devotees do. I will use it to do that also that you stop people like walking around. So people is coming, you turn, you walk around with the people for a long time and you start and you talk something and this way you try to stop the person. And of course this usually works, but the problem is that you spend a lot of energy doing that, walking around here and there. So the problem with that is that even if it's working for the people who are stopping, you get tired fast, so you can do many hours of Sankirtan. And if you can do many hours, of course you can't also distribute many books. So one way that I'm doing that is working well for me is that instead of like walking around trying to stop people, I just like pay attention to the people that are passing by. And when I see some people that like looks a little favorable or a little nice or a little pious, what I do, I walk in their direction slowly, but like very slowly, not spending much energy, just like if you're very like, if you have all the time in the world. And when you come close to the person, you try to make eye contact with the person, you wave to the person, you say hello, hi, or something like that, if you are like, as if you know the person. And then the person usually at least looks at you at this moment. And then when the person is really close like this, and say, oh, please tell me one thing, you make a question. But you don't chase the person, just tell this, oh, please tell me one thing. And then you see the reaction of the person, just tell where you are. Some people, they will just stop immediately, and like, oh, how can I help you, what you want to, what, and so on. But other people, they will like pass you and just go away, of course. But a lot of people, they will pass you, and because you're not chasing them, maybe that's what they are expecting, that you are going to chase them. Because you're not chasing them, you just stop there, and they pass, you turn, and they turn back after a few like steps. And you can just call them, or you can move to where they are, but anyhow, they stop. You don't need to chase them, they stop by themselves. That's the amazing part. And then you start your mantra, oh, did you saw these books, like and so on, very interesting books. So what I'm doing, that I'm doing this, and I'm making two questions. So, oh, please tell me one thing. And when the person stops, oh, did you saw this book? And then I start speaking about the book. So doing that, I'm spending much less energy. So of course I can do more hours. And also, because I'm doing more hours, I'm distributing more books. Hare Krishna. Okay, so another thing is when people refuse the book saying that they don't have time. That's kind of like very common excuse. Probably only loses to I don't have money that I can also talk about. But when the person says I don't have time, you will get very surprised. Oh, how you don't have time? You have a lot of time, you're still young. You have all your life, like you still have like something like 70 years ahead of us. Like you always like put a little more, like you always make the person look a little younger. That's good, especially for ladies. For men, you can be a little more like realistically how much the person is going to really last, like 40 years, 50 years. But for ladies, you always make it higher. Oh, but you are still so young, like you still have like 70 years ahead. Even if it's like a babushka or something like that. And then this makes like you really like earn their hearts. Like there was one lady that was like kind of 40 years old lady, and she said, "Oh, I was reading these books when I was 16." And I said, "Oh, how long was that? Like 4 years ago?" And the lady got very happy that I was saying that she was only 20 years and she was got very happy and got the books and so on. And another lady, I told something like, oh, you still have 70 years ahead. And she also like 40 something years old lady. And she, oh, how old do you think you are? Oh, 23, 24. And this also took the book. She got very happy. So for ladies, it works very well. Always looks for some excuse to like tell them that look very young and attractive and they have many years ahead. Like this really makes you win their hearts. But going back, you say, oh, but you have all the time, like you have a lot of time. You still have like 60 years, 70 years ahead. You have all your life. Even if you read a few pages a day, you still have time for that. And another thing that you can say is that, oh, but oh, these books they're very like domesticated books. They don't cry. They don't like how to say in English. They don't defecate. They don't make they don't make like how we can say this in English. They don't cry. You don't need to feed them. They don't make like a mess. You just put them on the shelf, and when you are ready for them, they will be there. Like no problem. This also works nicely. Hare Krishna.